Film Autopsy.
Yeah, babe.
Oh yeah, what is going on? Your boy person, PhatSamuraiGuy, back again with another episode of Action Film Autopsy, and hanging out with me in the dojo. That's right, my brother from another mother, Kung Fu Santa himself. How are you feeling today, Rick?
I'm feeling okay. Look, everybody, I bit my tongue. It hurts.
That's how we start the show, right?
That's right.
there.
Well, you asked me how I was.
Yes. But
That's
you
how
are
I am.
recovering. You are recovering.
Yeah, that's
Was
right.
it lizard style? What were you doing there? What were you?
Oh
snake
man, I was doing style.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's awesome to have you back here on the channel as always, and all you legends watching right now, thanks for chiming in. We got Severio feeling very Minecrafty right now. But you're gonna get to that a little bit later. But yeah, we have a plethora of things to discuss, all genres, all great things. And yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right into it.
Not all great things, but a lot of good things.
Okay, all right. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But right up first, the critically acclaimed thriller here we got going up here, already nominated for 5 awards: Best Picture, Best Actor, stuff like that. We're going to talk about Revolver. That's right, and it's actually available right now from the almighty Wellgo USA. So you guys can check this out right now on digital. It is available. Rick,
Yes.
thoughts on Revolver?
Well, we're starting the show off with stuff from Hi-Yah and Well Go and all the rest of it. And I thought, because the rest of them are Chinese-based, I thought we'd start with the Korean one first, because the Korean one is the one that's up for awards from the Korean version of the Oscars.
Right.
And as such, it is unlike the other three we'll be talking about from them, because it is an art crime character study drama more than an action movie. There's some action in it, but let me show you the action. and there's not a lot of this. We're going to be getting a lot of this on this show,
right,
this episode. But Revolver, I mean, I think they called it Revolver because it's like it got people excited to go see it because they figured it was an action film or a crime film, and it is a crime film. But it's not a lot of action. Show the poster again. Okay, they don't even have a revolver on the poster. I think there's another poster that has a revolver.
Yeah.
But and also again, folks, I'm telling you, look at the poster. The poster will tell you exactly what the tone of the film is and how good the actor is based on the poster. And sure enough, she does something silly to help someone else at the beginning. Somebody does a crime. She says that she'll help them. And because of that, she's sent to jail. And she becomes that person you saw on the poster for the rest of the movie. Kind of like,
wow,
nothing anymore. And it gets deeper and deeper and deeper, because the people, of course, that she did the favor for, are they grateful? I wouldn't call it grateful. And in fact, they were supposed to pay her for taking the time. And do they pay her? So then she gets her revolver and she goes. But she doesn't go like John Wick, and she doesn't go like some of the other people we'll talk about in just a few minutes. So it's a fascinating movie. It makes me a little sad, because every time I see an Asian movie, I think it's reflecting the tone of the country. So you see, we're going to be talking about a Thai movie in a couple of minutes, and that's very definitely reflecting the mood of the country. And so I always thought of South Korea as being a very pleasant place. I visited there once. But this movie makes it look like just a cesspool. Makes it look like, no, it's a very pretty cesspool, but emotionally, an emotional cesspool, just awful people. I'm used to seeing awful people in other movies in other countries, but not in the South. I mean, I think of the South Korean movies of all these wonderful romances and all these wonderful comedies and all these wonderful action films, and this one is just, oh, this is what it's like in South Korea now, just like every place else where everybody's. But it's still engrossing. It's very well done. It's
awesome.
It's deserving of its rewards. So let us move on. Let us put the revolver away.
Okay.
And let us move on to which title did I give you next?
Next is Sword of Destiny.
Sword of Destiny. Sword of Destiny. Sword of Destiny that's one title. It has like 4 titles. And like Go USA decided not to choose which title. They just put them all together. And I was going, well, that's silly because it's called what is it? There's all sorts of titles. You'll see if you go onto Hi-Yah, you'll see all the different titles next to each other.
Right.
And I said, well, why didn't they choose one? And then I saw the movie, and then I realized that's why they didn't choose one, because this is not one genre. This is like every genre. This is a streaming movie, from China, which is an hour and 7 minutes long. And you could tell that because some of these things like Hunt the Wicked and Eye for an Eye, those are streaming movies too, but really, really, really well done. But other ones are made by people who are just starting. That's the whole idea of the streaming services in China. It gives people a chance. It gives their 3 billion people an opportunity to make a movie if they want to. And so sometimes they turn out like Sword Dynasty in that I could just see everybody, sitting around saying, "So what should we do? What should we do?" And they all and everybody goes, "Well, let's do it all." And Lord knows every single sequence in this movie. And again, just like all the Chinese streamers, the actors are beautiful, the costumes are beautiful, the sets are beautiful. There's, it's not like an American independent film where you can tell it's an independent film because there's only like 3 people in the movie in a single room. In these streaming movies, thousands of, at least hundreds of people and horses, and they're not. This is very entertaining. But I spent most of it. I'll spend most of it like this. There are swords. Mm-hmm. There's kung fu. There's wuxia. There's wushu. There's gaionshi. There are zombies. Zombies. This movie is. I'm just going. Do we have a plot yet? Oh, who cares? Who cares if there's a plot? Look at this. Something different all over the place.
Yeah.
It's just it's a hell's a poppin', literally and figuratively.
All right, but entertaining.
Yes, if you're in the mood. If you're in the mood for cinematic silliness.
Copy that.
And they don't do it like Stephen Chow.
Right.
I mean, because Stephen Chow is aware he's being silly.
Yeah.
These guys are going, anybody got the kitchen sink? Anybody got a kitchen sink? We need something else to throw at the camera.
Copy that. Oh, we got the Finkster here saying hello. What's going on, man?
Me too. I'm looking forward to Havoc section.
Yes. Too. We're going to get to Havoc a little bit later.
Yep.
All right. So you recommend Sword of Destiny? Yes.
Yeah, if you're in the mood for a hoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this next one, it's on my list to watch definitely because what I'm loving about Go USA and Hi-Yah and bringing these movies over here is they're giving us dream matches.
Yeah.
They're giving us dream matches. And Rick, how was the dream match against these 2 legends right here in Snowstorm?
You, sir, are going to love this.
Yes.
Because this is badassery up the wazoo. This is badassery, little people hitting each other.
All right.
As they say in Time Bandits. Little people hitting each other.
Well, speaking of badass, hold on. Yeah. Speaking of badass.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, bring it up.
Oh, shit.
Hey, there he is.
The Anubis one that be DJing has arrived, sir.
11 minutes late.
Yes.
Yeah, like I got wrapped up in that Ingurious talk. I'm like, and then all of a sudden I saw Rick's comment. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go, guys.
Well, hey, welcome to the show, brother. You can come in anytime you want. You don't have to hang out.
Well, clearly now.
Yeah. So
We're on
go ahead.
Snowstorm right now.
We're on Snowstorm. And I was just telling him it is. Did you see it, DJ?
I have not seen this.
Okay,
no.
well, I can recommend it, but it's more for you guys and it's less for me because it's a badass movie. It's not a smart ass. It's not a wise ass.
Okay.
It's a badass movie.
Let's go.
And that's because you've got the amazing eyes of Louis Vuitton. I would just love to do a movie. I wish they would do a movie with him called The Amazing Eyes.
I know, right?
Louis Vuitton. I mean, he's just, and look at that face. Look at that face. And then look, and you know who that is.
Look at that Punham.
Yeah, you zing.
That's Xing Yu. That's Xing Yu.
Yeah.
Xing Yu is like a 32nd generation actual Shaolin monk, but he has become the villain of choice for Chinese martial arts streaming movies. As a matter of fact, he's in the next movie we're going to talk about too, playing the same part. I bet he reminds me of Wang Lung Wai, because Wang Lung Wai, the great villain of the Shaw Brothers studio, he would literally go from one set to another set. He would do one movie as a villain in the morning, and another movie as a villain in the afternoon, and another villain as a movie as a villain in the evening. And that's what Xing Yu is doing now. He's just going from one movie, playing the same guy, and it would be great if all these characters had the same name. But no, because he usually, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on your point of view, winds up dead. And he's also, I'll go back to those posters again, because you can tell their characters again by their expressions. Look at Louis in both those photos, and then look at Xing in both those photos.
Yeah.
That's who they're playing.
Yeah. I've been a fan of Xing since Kung Fu Hustle. Since Kung Fu Hustle was when I noticed him for the first time. I was like, who is this guy? Well, he was given his start in The Business by Stephen Chow. So but he's taken and run with it, and he's got no shame. But what's great is when these guys are in this movie, you're always going to get good martial arts. Although this one is this is literal martial arts. They're not doing Kung Fu at all. Right. Even though, he's an actual in real life Shaolin monk. He could do it. Wow. I didn't know that. Wow.
Oh yeah, but he can't. But he doesn't. They didn't want him to in this movie. It's just again,
let's go.
Mad at you, and I'm so mad at you, and let's punch each other in the face.
Let's go. Hey, Jake Hall, how you doing, brother? Good to see you,
Jake,
man.
hey, man.
Yeah, Shin Batman in the house. You go, Ricky O holding a gun. Yes, I'm all for it. Right. So you recommend it for badassity lovers?
I'm
cool.
I'm not gonna watch it again. Okay. I would rather watch our next film.
Yes. We have, big, huge shout out to the almighty Well Go USA. That's right. They gave me a Blu-ray physical copy of Tony Jaa's Striking Rescue. That's right, which is available on digital, but it actually comes out physically on Blu-ray on May 13th. So you guys know where you need to do. Go to Amazon. You guys can pre-order it there. Now, but Rick, go for it. Striking Rescue.
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I really enjoyed it, man. Is it on Bach the Protector level? No, but I enjoyed it.
I disagree.
Okay,
I think it is, but because it's not new anymore, it's not fresh anymore.
Okay,
I mean, I don't know if I mentioned it on the show. I'm pretty sure I did. The issue. This is a Thai-Chinese co-production. Yeah, but it takes place in Thailand, and it has all the Thai fighting, and of course, Tony Jaa is back doing what he does best. But this is how many years? Is this like a dozen years? Does anybody remember? Can anybody look up when Ong Bak originally came out? Or
2003?
So it's like 18 years or something. Yeah. 20 years.
Yeah.
And so he's back. He looks great. I mean, he doesn't look like he's aged a day. And he's still an incredible fighter. But because it's so familiar, and it's something I talked about, because usually, as far as I'm concerned, the end of the Thai martial art genre was The Night Comes for Us. And I have said it on this show before that because what happens with the Thai movies, because their martial arts is also there's just so much you can do with their martial arts. You put your elbow in their head, you put your knee in their chin, and you shatter their brains. And basically every one of their movies starts way up here. They don't start like Jackie Chan. They don't start and build and build and build and build and build. No, the fights start crazed. They continue craze, and they just add more and more craze. There's no place emotionally or involvingly that they can go.
Right.
So
well, Night Comes for Us is Indonesian.
Oh, Indonesian. I'm sorry. My mistake usually. I mean, I can't tell an Indonesian from a Thai. But be that as it might, they all start way up here. The big difference is that the Thai stuff is always miserable. But so is, the exhilaration of the Indonesian stuff and what they do with their bodies can kind of take me out of that. But for the most part, all the movies are about people who are miserable. They're miserable human beings, and they're miserable because their society is so oppressive. So I'm watching this movie and I'm having the same sort of reaction you did, which was, well, it's No Long Bak. And then I noticed something, which was, wait a minute, that wasn't a special effect.
Right.
He actually ran that car into those guys.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
It took me a moment to suddenly realize, he actually drove that car into those guys.
Yes.
And suddenly the movie took on another dimension for me, because I sort of went, they're trying to prove themselves constantly about how tough they are. But there are things that, and also I kind of knew this was a special effect. What was it? A 6-year-old boy who was shot straight in the chest with a big squib going off in his white shirt. I said, okay, now they're murdering children. Because most of these movies threaten children. They're constantly, we're going to be getting into other movies.
Well, a lot of foreign films outside of America don't give a fuck, Rick.
Yeah.
They don't
this
care.
one, but I've never seen it.
Children's, dogs, everyone's getting it.
I know. I never saw it point blank on a white shirt. He picked up the gun. He pointed at the kid who was 3 feet away, and he shot him in the chest.
Right.
And he's a little kid.
Right.
So this, and then as I watched it, again, Tony Jaa is punching and kicking people. This is what I think they decided to do. They said, there's no way we can get better than the stuff you did. So let's just have huge close-ups of you punching and kicking people in the face, actually doing it, not special effects, not digital.
Right.
It's just...
well, he didn't need to reinvent the wheel. What you get here is still Tony Jaa kicking ass, and you're still, Tony Jaa
driving an actual car into actual people right in front of the camera. The people are hit by the car.
Yeah.
They go flying off of the car at the camera.
That's right.
And
that's how you do it.
So I recommend everybody get it, but also watch it once, because then you can enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then watch it again and realize that everything you've just watched is real. They're actually doing it.
And we get another dream match.
That's right.
Zing returns, and we get Zing versus Tony Jaa at the end of the movie, and it delivers.
That's right. Oh, and Zing the character is awful. What an awful guy.
Oh, But Tony Jaa's acting was really good in this.
He's the same, but
the English is a little rough, but he's
but again, show the cover.
The emotion.
Yeah, show the cover.
His face is so good.
Show the cover again. Yeah, look at that. That's it. Look at that. He does that the whole movie.
Yeah, he's a legend.
He actually does the emotion. He actually does all the violence. And he also barely makes me convinced that he isn't dead 30 times over by the end of the film. Because at first he doesn't take a lot of abuse. He's smart. But by the end of it, and when he gets to Zing, of course, Zing's going to be just...
Yeah.
The only thing I really didn't believe in this movie was that Zing was defeated. It was kind of like it was the Indonesian guys fighting John Wick. It was like
John Wick 3.
Yeah, and John Wick beating them, and they're both lying on the ground, just looking at him like, yeah, right, you beat us. Okay, fine, sure. Yeah, let's see if the American audience will accept that.
but yeah, overall, me and Rick definitely recommend it. Make sure you guys pre-order your copies.
And Snowstorm, and Revolver, and even Sword Dynasty. They're all fun. Yeah. And interesting movies.
Yes. Well, hold on before we get to the next one. Omegon 32 Certified Badass channel member for 17 months right now.
17 months,
sir. You are going to get the Van Dance. You're getting the Van Dance.
Phat, is that your younger brother? Is that who
Yes.
that is?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it's my younger brother way back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, shout out to Omegon. Thanks again. Appreciate the support, man.
Good job.
All right.
Now, talk about if you thought, if I thought Sword Dynasty was silly. Let's get a load of this next one we're doing from Amazon Prime.
Oh man, OGP's favorite film of the year, G20. Yes. I dared him, Rick. After we watched this, me and Lady Phat watched this. I immediately messaged him. I was like, I dare you to watch this and review it on his channel. And he was questioning our friendship after.
Well, you know, this thing is a liberal fantasia, obviously done before the election. It's directed by, you know, one of the most prominent Latinx directors. It's got the wonderful, you know, Viola Davis.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. And Anthony
Starr.
Yeah. It is such a farce. By the end of it, a bunch of staff members lift a helicopter.
Yeah.
And
it hurt his soul.
Yeah, it hurt. Absolutely right. It was just like, oh, this is so, because, you know, it's done by the people. The choreographer did the wonderful. If you want to see a good one of these, you want to see what was the last thing Viola Davis did? Oh, Woman King, because it's the same choreographer as Woman King. Woman King was great. Did you know we reviewed it when it first came out?
Back
in the day. So, it's Philip Kiprian Florian, who's a Romanian who works in South Africa as a stunt arranger and a fight choreographer. And he did this movie, and he did Woman King, and there's no comparison. Woman King is great. This thing is nonsense. This thing is so. It's just kind of like I was rolling my eyes so hard my neighbors could hear it.
Did you appreciate the shoe heel pump subplot? Did you appreciate that? You know,
the word appreciate is not something that I would use. I accepted it. I tolerated it. I didn't roll my eyes for that. I just did this.
Right. Oh my goodness.
And I also did this.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, you know, people out there, the people out there who enjoyed it, you know, good job.
More power to you.
More power to you. But don't tell me you guys don't like 80s or 90s B movies. This movie was supposed to be an 80s, 90s B movie action throwback. I'm like, no, don't tell me that. That's like telling me, well, if you don't like Cocaine Bear, then you don't like Tremors. Don't put Cocaine Bear and Tremors in the same category. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that shit, dude. Me and Rick and Anubis have seen great, entertaining 90s and 80s B action movies. Don't throw this in there. Don't do that.
Terrible. Whoever makes that argument is bad.
But if you liked it, more power to you.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I just sort of went, I did one of these.
Yeah, we were hoping that it went full bonkers, like parody.
Yeah.
But at the end, when the family's all standing there staring and admiring her dress and shoes, I was like, oh God. But hey, watch it and you may laugh and get a kick out of it.
That's right.
All right.
And speaking of that, now I believe you guys saw the next thing we're doing also from Amazon that I wanted to see but didn't have time to see because it's a TV series. I can only really watch the movies. I occasionally will watch a TV series when I get really engrossed. But here, you guys said you're going to see it. So go ahead. Tell me what you thought.
Before we get to that, Kevin, oh my God, he's been a channel member for 49 months. He wants to repeat the damn dance.
I do
that's
too.
a fat
Should.
samurai guy slut right there. That's a slut right there.
Do it.
I'm going to
Do
give
it.
you the Seagal. You're getting the Seagal. There you go.
That was
A
worth
big
it.
shout out to Kevin.
That was worth it.
All right, next up.
And
Anubis,
speaking of Kevin,
have you seen Bondsman?
Have not. The only
Okay.
one I've had a chance to watch this is Havoc, and I'm very curious of what Rick thinks of
we're
that one.
we're getting to that. We're getting.
All right, so I'll briefly talk about the Bondsman on Amazon Prime.
James
here.
Bond.
So I saw, I saw. I mean, look at the trailer. Chainsaw through the dome. Kevin Bacon hunting demons. Let's go. He did something. You find out later. I won't spoil it. That basically he's going to hell. He's a bounty hunter. Didn't go well, and he was going to hell. But then Satan was like, you know what? Not yet. You can earn your freedom, but you got to go out and hunt these demons that have escaped hell. And I'm like, I'm in. I saw the trailer. I was like, this looks like it's going to be hilarious. It's going to be bloody, gory. Now, here's the thing. I recommend it. Don't let what I'm about to say deter you from watching it. Go watch it. You may love it. You may go crazy. My problem with the show is, again, Kevin Bacon's great.
Yeah.
Practical gore effects are amazing. And you get some funny moments. But
I could tell you what the problem is.
I didn't know that instead of the Bondsman,
right,
I was going to watch The Singer. Because apparently he used to be a singer, a failed musician. Now his son wants to be a musician, and his wife wants to be a singer. So they hired a real-life country singer to play a country singer in the show who sings. I get it. I understand that. But I'm like, dude, there's just too many fucking songs. Okay, there's too many. Like, advertise yourself as a musical, for fuck's sake. I mean, you get a certain person dies later that they barely know. They met for like a day. And then the whole family gets around and sings 2 full long verses of a song dedicated to this person that they don't know. And I'm just sitting here just like, can we kill some demons, please?
Wow.
For the love of God, can we kill some demons?
Well, they don't kill demons. That's the problem I had with it originally. Why I didn't want to see it, which is a demon in quotes, killing a demon. No, nobody died. Yeah, sending him to hell. But how do you send them to hell? Is there a rule for that?
Yeah, I think there's a rule. He has certain type of weapons that works, but it's I'm trying to get into the show, and then these little things here and there nitpick that just kind of bother me.
They keep singing.
And then I'm going to spoil this right now. Fuck it.
Go.
If you got, just turn this off and then come back in 2 minutes. So the lead singer, I'm sorry, the wife gets possessed by a singing demon. So guess what happens at the end of the fucking show? She starts singing when she gets possessed.
Yay.
And then
I'm sorry I didn't see it.
Like, oh my God, end this. And then Kevin Bacon's standing there looking at her befuddled, like, oh my God, I think I made a mistake. I shouldn't have made that deal. And then it goes to credits, black screen, and then guess what happens?
Singing.
More singing.
I love it.
Fuck this show.
I think we have other musicals to talk about.
That's fine. But just don't false advertise this, and especially when you got people in your movie or show that can't sing.
I'll wait till he does Tremors. He'll come back to Tremors. I'll watch
I hope so. All right, so that's the Bondsman.
So okay. you have been warned.
Yes.
Yes.
But still, check it out. You guys may like it more than me. So
and now we don't really even have to talk about our next thing. We're jumping from Amazon Prime to HBO. And since the White Lotus is over, there could be only one thing we would be talking about, and that is
dun, dun, dun. The Last of Us.
Yes.
Season 2, Electric Boogaloo.
We don't have to say anything. It's great. It's great. And
can I ask you this? Can I ask you this without spoiling anything?
We'll see.
All right. Due to what happened after the previous, most recent episode, is the show, in your opinion, still have a chance to be good, or
Oh yeah,
they made a bad decision?
It won't stop being good.
Okay.
It's just a matter of, the audience's tolerance of not having something that they might want.
Right.
But no, the show has been great all along. Arguably, one of the best episodes of the first season didn't even have the two leads in it.
Right. I remember you talking about that one.
Yeah.
All right. So you're still loving the show?
It's I'm not much of a zombie guy, but again, this is one of those things. I'm not loving it, but I'm admiring it and respecting it enormously.
Right.
I mean, it's a great education in how to write and direct and take a subject matter that everybody else has seemingly beaten into the dirt and making it fresh and new and engaging and involving.
All right. So you still recommend The Last of Us season 2?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No question. You don't need me to do that. Everybody else is doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Now back into our area or my area that I'm more akin to. And this one is, we've gone to Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix is so great. Netflix is boggling my mind.
Bullet Train Explosion. Let's go.
One of the very first things on the screen is they put it on the screen really, really fast in such a way that basically the credits are racing across the screen like a bullet train. But the first thing they said is based on, and they have this in Japanese, and they said, and I realized, I said, because when I was a kid, there was a movie on, I think it was on Drive-In Movie or Kung Fu Theater on Saturday afternoons at 3, called Bullet Train, co-starring Sonny Chiba, and it was about a sabotage bullet train. And I'm going, is this? And sure enough, that little thing that threw across the screen was saying, based on the 1975 movie Bullet Train.
I was curious about that. That's cool.
It was very cool because this thing is directed by, and also I love the title. Could they be any more direct than that? The original movie was called Bullet Train.
Yeah.
This is, we're not going to make you think that this is a movie about a bullet train. This is a movie about a bullet train explosion. and it's directed by Shinji Hakuchi, who made Shin Godzilla and Shin Ultraman, and did the new Evangeline. And I wish it had been called Shin Evangeline. And I sort of, why does he keep on calling it Shin Godzilla and Shin Ultraman? But then I suddenly realized his name is Shin. He's identifying the movies. Nobody can mistake his movies because it's Shinji Godzilla, Shinji Ultraman. And so he is a pro. He's one of these great Japanese craftspeople who take any subject and bring not as much artistry as back in the highlight of the samurai film day. And by the way, again, I want to remind everybody out there, because everybody has YouTube, right? And there are 2 channels. I believe we're on it now. There are 2 channels, one called Ninja versus Samurai, and the other one called Samurai versus Ninja, although I believe they just changed the title to something like Shin Samurai 24/7 or something. They are just 24 hours a day of great classic samurai cinema.
Yeah.
And it's awesome stuff. T-shirt also. So anyway, so he takes the original Bullet Train movie, which was kind of like a B movie back in 1975 with all these exploitation actors like Sonny Chiba, Shinichi Chiba. And here he does something that I think the Chinese should do. The Chinese should do their own remake of this movie, because basically somebody threatens a bullet train while it's basically Speed. Because
I was gonna ask, did the Chiba original inspire Speed? I wonder, because it's very similar.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest, except of course the difference there is it's a different vehicle and they can't. So here we have the technology of the bullet train that adds another dimension. And Shinji takes that and makes it a stirring movie about the Japanese people teaming up to deal with one problem after another, and all on the train. I mean, they know the terrorist says, if you go slower than this is, I'm going to blow you up anyway. And every time they're faced with a problem, it's like everybody on that train says, well, I can do this and I can do that and I can do that. And they all work as a team and solve each issue. So it's a very satisfying,
nice,
and almost exhilarating thing, because it's like, look at these guys. Look at these guys. They're not going, oh no, woe is me. What am I going to do? They're not going to get all violent and run their car into a bunch of Thai hoods. They are going to okay, this is not good, but let's take care of the problem.
Yeah.
Let's take care of it smart. And they're serious, but they're not like, they're all like, even the kids and the women. Just nice. Great. Just great.
That's a plus.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Cool. All right, the big one. The big one
on Netflix.
Yeah, the big one. The reason why everyone's here.
And by the way, these two make a great double feature. Watch Bullet Train Explosion first.
Okay.
And then watch this.
Havoc. No law, only disorder.
And yes. And I don't like that. I don't like that phrase, because I don't believe there's no law. That's true. This is another one of those, like Revolver. Mm-hmm. It's another one of those movies where life is miserable, and then you should die, but you don't, even though you're shot and punched 1 billion times. But life sucks, and then you have to keep fighting.
Yeah,
it's one of and also just same with Revolver again. Everybody's corrupt. There's not a single character on screen who is not corrupt. It's just like you have to accept it from the outside.
Terrible human
They're
beings.
all terrible human beings.
Yeah.
And so in that respect, it's kind of, I could just relax, because I know I don't care if anybody here lives or dies. Yeah. No, there's one person who's good. Right. And that's the female cop.
Right.
And I'm astonished, spoiler alert, that she survives. I'm astonished she survived.
She didn't get shot once. I think everybody got shot in this movie except her.
So that was
surprised.
that was Gareth's message, which is, if you're really good, you won't get shot, unlike everybody else in this movie. Everybody, multiple times. Yeah. But the trick here, this is Gareth Evans, the Welsh director, who I met. There he is, holding my movie and holding my book and elbowing Eco in the neck. This was and there's Warrington Hudlin behind Eco. This was at the American premiere of Raid 2 at the Museum of the Moving Image in New York. And so there's Gareth. I admire him enormously. And for Havoc, I was very happy for him, because, of course, he does Gangs of London too. Right. And he's, he's established himself. But now he's in Netflix's embrace. So he's in good shape. He doesn't have to worry about, he just keeps doing this. He does whatever he wants. And he writes this. He directs this. He produces this. He runs the action design team. They have a credit for action design team. Mm-hmm. And the action design, he's not... Jude Poyer is not listed on the credits as fight choreographer. He's listed as action designer.
Yeah, Jude's amazing.
And then Gareth, in addition to his credit as producer, as writer, as director, he has also got a credit as action editor. In other words, he didn't leave the action up to the editors for the rest of the movie. Right. He did it himself. So as such, I have never seen more video people, video special effects on the credits. The list of everybody who worked on this is just like endless. Yeah. I think the only thing that beats it is Minecraft. The Minecraft list goes on for days and days and days of the video people. So this is a movie that I watched a little like I watched Striking Rescue, in that as the fight scenes went on, I would lean in closer and closer, and then when they were done, there's so many action scenes that I had to rewind and watch again, rewind, watch again, rewind, watch again, trying to distinguish what they did in the camera, what they did on the stage, and what they did on the computer.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. So many people getting shot so many times. That's, my review for the movie on the poster would be so many. There's so many, so many bullets, so many victims. But they're all put together. I mean, the big fight scene in the last hour is pretty much one continuous fight scene. And it's also not a fight scene, it's a gun scene, it's a bullet scene, it's a caliber scene.
Right.
And then they're in the little cabin near the train,
Which was insane. Yeah.
And it's made out of shredded wheat to begin with. So it was just like, and listen to the sound design. The sound design is awesome too. So I'm just going, oh, Garrett's having so much fun. But man, I was so happy he had Tom Hardy, because I don't think any other actor could have pulled that off. Because he is just, that last shot of him looking into the future, trying to decide, what his fate is.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I would have wished they had done, and I knew they weren't going to do it, but I wish they had done, because he's standing there. I think the last shot is on him, I think.
He zooms in on his eyeball.
Yeah, zooms in. And I wish as soon as they got to his face, I wish he had dropped out of the shot. And you just hear his body hit the ground. But I think it was right in the club. That's right. The camera work and everything else. And insane is the right word.
Yeah, insanity. Yeah. I agree with OGP here. Yes, Eco was the best part of Expendables 4.
I enjoyed Expendables 4 because, again, took my brain, left it by the door. I was fine. Yeah. And I liked everybody. And also, I love Jason Statham. I love Jason Statham so much. So, yeah, that's.
But back to Havoc. Sonny Payne was great. Shout out to him. Jude Poyer killed it with the action.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some negatives.
Yes.
Negatives.
Anubis,
yes.
Go ahead.
Negatives.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Anubis.
I don't know how or why, but like the car scenes, they were mixing real cars with like CGI. Yeah. And the first thing I'm thinking of is Train to Busan Peninsula, because it looks terrible. Terrible. And I'm like, why? But again, you go back to the action, it's top notch. It's total Gareth Evans. Like, it's so amazing. But that was my one nitpick, is those car scenes. I'm like, this looks so fucking cheesy.
It was so bad. It was, but I figured either he did it for a reason or he did this.
I will say this: my favorite scene, I'm not gonna give too much away, but you guys will know, is that fucking spear. The spear.
Oh
scene.
Yeah,
so good.
That was
so good. Satisfying.
Oh yeah, that was exactly. Satisfying is the word.
And shout out to Michelle Watterson, Karate Hottie. She killed it in the movie too. She was great.
And got killed.
Yeah. Spoilers. I don't.
You know me.
I know. Do you want Rick already said everybody dies.
They'll be spoilers. They'll be spoilers.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys are action junkies like we are, definitely check it out. It does pick up, and it doesn't stop around the 50-minute mark. If you can make it to the 50-minute mark, just remember, everyone's a villain.
Dirty, though. It will make you feel dirty, because nobody is redeemable in this one except for that chick.
No. But they established that, like, almost in.
Oh yeah.
No, and also the ones that they're trying to save. Those and of course, again, spoiler alert, they also get to walk.
Oh, I did like that one point though, where the one cop had killed his dad, and so there's this piece of music when he comes back and saves the cop, the female cop, and it's like a nice piece of music. I'm like, dude, I wish they would have used this more. It's so good. Like, I don't even know, it's just one little piece, but it was so effective.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I did want to see some kind of, obviously this is not a martial arts action movie. This is not the Raid film.
It's a gun fu film.
This is more, yeah, it's all gunplay.
It's gun
with
fu.
Beautiful squibs, Anubis.
Yeah.
Beautiful squibs everywhere. Real squibs. You guys remember squibs?
Squibs.
Anyway, I wanted a brutal, just beat the shit out of each other fight between Tom Hardy and Timothy Olyphant. I kind of was hoping we'd get that, but it's okay.
Yeah.
No, because this is, like I said, this is a gun fu film, and there was a critic who said that it was the Raid meets John Wick, and I said no, it's the Raid meets John Woo.
Yeah. There's definitely some hard-boiled vibes at the end.
Yeah, I think the female Asian, like the right hand lady, she was about the only one that really did a lot of martial arts in this.
Yeah,
when she was kicking hard.
She had her scenes. She had her scenes.
Yeah.
All right.
And
yeah, definitely.
She got the point.
No, don't go and finish it, OGP. You're gonna hate it anyway. Don't bother. Anyway, I'm just messing with you, brother. All right, now we're on
Disney.
Disney Plus.
We're on Disney.
Yeah.
And so what do we start with? We're
going to start with
we got 2 second
your favorite sci-fi show recently, Doctor Who, Rick. I know. I saw your post. I know.
You see, I started. I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I was one of the first American writer, reporters, magazine guys who promoted Doctor Who when it first came to America in 1975. And I've met many of the doctors. And the new resurrection back in whatever it was, 2006, that was excellent. You know, David Tennant, Matt Smith. Yeah. That was beautiful writing, wonderfully done. Some of the best Doctor Who ever. There were some bad episodes too, but lately when the two, Russell T. Davies and the other gentleman left, and they brought in the female doctor, and now the black doctor, the writing has just completely tanked. And this new season 2, which was actually filmed in 2023. When I found out that they was filmed in 2023 and they're saving it for now, I went, oh, that's a bad idea. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've certainly noticed when I've gone back to see some of my favorite movies and television shows of yesteryear, I can't watch them anymore because they're so tone deaf. And they're so, and you know, things happen so fast now because of the state of the world that 2023, you're going to show stuff that's not going to work. And sure enough, it hasn't. Apparently, Russell T. Davies, who's the one who resurrected the show in the first place, did a wonderful job, is now just sort of decided, I'm going to do whatever I want at this point. And one of the last thing he wants to do is to satisfy the audience. So only 3 episodes of this new season.
Smart.
And also, the other trademark they've given this new doctor, who's a wonderful actor, who could do a beautiful job. And as I said last month, they made him into a manic depressive, which
why?
You know, exactly. But now he cries in literally
everything.
Episode. Not every episode. Not everything, every episode.
Ugh.
They find a moment for him to cry. And as I said, and I think I told this story again, as I said to Jackie Chan, when you do it more than 3 times, you rob your tears of all their power.
Right.
Because at this point, when he cries again, people just throw their hand. I throw my hands up. It's like going, you know, if you cry that easy, your tears are not important. And so the latest episode called The Well was, all this Doctor Who fans are praying with every episode that they'll get. And so I call it the Phantom Menace syndrome, which is, I remember going to see the Phantom Menace, and I was with a whole bunch of my comic book friends. And at the end of the movie, we all looked at each other, and everybody else was going, that was great. That was great, right? It was great, right? And by the time we finished dinner, we were going, no, it wasn't great. And it's the Phantom. That's the way I felt when I saw Quantum of Solace. I was at the beautiful Cinerama movie theater in New York, and I came out, and all my friends were with me, because when we went to the premiere of Casino Royale, we went to the premiere in New York, and everybody was in tuxedos, and everybody was in dress, and they all were wearing their James Bond watches and shit, and we were exhilarated by that. So we were so desperate to have it. So when Quantum of Solace, the sequel, comes out, we go to the same theater for the same premiere, and we all just was, please be great, not just good, please be great. And then I'm going, that was great, right? And
no.
My friends are going, no, Rick, it was not great.
No,
Quantum of boredom.
So the problem with the second and third episode of this season of the new Doctor Who, it has interest. For instance, the whole cartoon episode, which is pretty cute. But in addition to him crying, every single episode ends on another loose, plot thread. There's another loose plot thread. Okay. None of these things, because for me, if they don't nail the landing, I don't care about how good the first 3/4 of the movie was. Right. I want them to nail the landing. I want to be, and we got some that are coming up that they nail the landing. But so I know the difference. But here he keeps on promise. I was kidding. Every episode. And it was like, all right, so we've still got a bunch more episodes. Already the rumor is that in the last episode that he's going to regenerate, and Doctor Who is going to go on a little vacation. A little nap. Already smart. The rumors are out.
That's smart.
Yeah, Disney Plus is sort of like going, we're not spending this kind of money on this.
Yeah.
Our job, and that's another thing about this message that we'll be dealing with in a minute or so, which is watch Disney now, watch the new Marvel stuff, watch the new Star Wars stuff, and you can see, you can judge how long it takes to turn the ship around. Because Disney had a CEO who was trying to drive it over the edge of the world, and they got rid of him. So now it's taken this long for all the geniuses to sort of go, all right, this is how we can save it. This is how we're going to save it.
Right.
So after Doctor Who 2, what comes next?
Well, we are behind on watching this. We have not watched it yet, but me and Lady Fat were one of we were one of 5 people in the whole universe that championed the first season of the show, and everyone gave up and they said, there's no space wizards, there's no glowy sticks, I don't like it, fuck you, I'm not watching season 1 of Andor. Me and my wife were the only ones that were like, hey, yo, this is something different, we're all in. They didn't treat the audience like they were idiots.
Fat.
What?
You were not the only one.
Oh, really?
Andor season 1 was hugely successful.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was more successful than some of the other ones.
You can't. Okay. You cannot judge a show or a movie's actual success on the internet.
Okay.
On
I
social
thought it didn't
media.
do that well. I thought it lost a lot of viewers.
No, that's what you thought, because that's what the people who wanted to give that impression wanted you to think.
Okay. All right.
There wouldn't have been a season 2 without it being hugely successful in the critical arena and in the rewatch. In the new arena you got to look for is the rewatch. The last movie we're talking about is The Kingdom, and I already told you about, it doesn't matter what this movie does the first week, it matters what it does the second week.
Okay. Oh my goodness, you're right, Rick. Look in the comments. I'm not alone.
Of course you're not alone.
There's other people that exist like Andor. Okay,
you should be proud of yourself. Because you were fighting the people who were yelling at you and trying to convince you that it was a failure. Far from a failure. And now this new season, are you watching the new season?
I'm like I said, we're behind. We're catching up. We're gonna watch it probably next week. We'll start it. I'm hearing good things. Season 2. It's
again beautifully made, beautifully acted. My only issue with it was my issue with the first season, which is I know how this ends.
Right.
Because everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a matter of just relaxing and watching how they do what they do, and how they do what they do is great.
Hey, more people. All right.
See?
Nice.
Well, don't. It's not tragic, man. You'll have plenty to binge here. It's really worthwhile. It's a good sign. It's a very good sign. Now, speaking of people saying something was a failure.
Yes. And speaking of nailing the landing, the season's not perfect. I have nitpicks. As much as I love it, I still have nitpicks. They introduced a villain called Muse. Just to fuck spoilers on this one. Just the finale we won't spoil, but they introduced this villain called Muse, and then the next episode he gets killed. And I'm just like, why did you even bother? It felt like a waste of time.
I don't remember. No, I don't remember it this next episode. I remember several episodes.
Like when he fights Daredevil for the first time and then escapes. The very next episode, the girlfriend kills him. The very next episode.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it was really.
But now let's tell everybody what we're talking about.
But the finale, yes, Daredevil Born Again. I can watch him and Frank Castle kick ass and just buddy cop their way through the whole series. I want their own separate show, Frank and Matt adventures. I love the finale.
Well, the great thing about the finale that you're talking about, which was great, it's not the finale.
Right.
It's the setup for season 3.
Right.
Very clearly, they went. They might as well have had a little thing saying Daredevil and the Punisher will return.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So So it's
loved it.
But my issue with it is what it's always been, because I grew up with Daredevil. I got the first issues of Daredevil. I love that Daredevil. But I admire this. But also he's so effing tortured, but that's what he became, and I understand that. I'm very happy for all of them, and I am looking forward to season 3.
Yeah,
and this was very worthwhile, very involving, very interesting, very well done.
Yeah,
so hallelujah,
very pleased.
Baby. Yep.
Yeah, very pleased.
Now,
if you guys haven't watched it, definitely check it out for sure.
Yep.
Now we're jumping ship here. We're going from Marvel to DC
for a reason.
Yes.
Because you see how successful that is and how effective Daredevil Born Again was. And also, I'm very happy to say we'll find out in a couple of days. And of course, in next month's Action Film Autopsy, you'll get our rundown on the Thunderbolts.
Okay.
I'm going to go see that Friday.
Yep.
Good. And looking forward to hear what you guys have to say about it.
So I'm going to see it. What's today? Oh, yeah, Thursday. But be that as it may, I just wanted to talk to you guys about my concerns.
Okay.
Because I was on the set of the Christopher Reeve Superman for a month.
Yeah.
And while I wasn't happy because of Otis, it wasn't a perfect movie, but it was close.
Right.
And because of the re-editing and bringing the Richard Lester in. But Christopher Reeve is still my Superman.
Yeah.
And I
actually don't argue with that.
No.
And I haven't sent you, DJ, but I think I've sent you, Preston. They're doing these little Superman tales on TikTok.
Yeah, those are great. On TikTok, yeah, great.
They are with AI, they are recreating Christopher Reeve and his voice. And they are these little stories that Christopher Reeve Superman narrates about what life as Superman is actually like.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're deep. They're smart, they're heartwarming, they're heartbreaking. Yeah. It's just incredible. So go back and show that picture of the new Superman again. I have not seen a single picture or a single piece of film of the man who's playing Superman showing any emotion, any real emotion. He's sort of smiling there. And look at that costume. From the very outset, I said, that looks bad. And he's, even in all the pictures of him, he's DOA. His eye, that's the thing. He's smiling, but look, his eyes are dead. And that's not something, you could look at any picture of Christopher Reeve, and you could see he was thinking. You look at that picture, show that picture again. This is something else. That's how you know a good actor when you look at him and you say, that man is thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at that picture and all I see are moths behind his forehead. Little moths flying around in his forehead. There's nothing there. And I also wanted to say that I had friends at Cinemacon, and what happened was that they showed the trailer that they showed all of us afterwards.
Okay.
Of Superman crashing and Crypto the super dog.
Yeah.
Acting like an idiot. And that was something else that really pissed me off. It's a dumb dog. Crypto should not be. Crypto has no idea that he's wounded. Have you ever had a pet? Has anybody ever had a pet?
Yeah.
The pets always know.
Right.
And here Crypto, and again, it's just, are you going to do that? So anyway, my friend at Cinemacon said that they showed up fully expecting to blow everybody away with their new footage, and then they let the main actors come out on stage and interview each other and talk.
Yeah.
They weren't interviewed by the audience. They didn't talk to the audience. They talked to each other. And apparently it went on for at least 15 minutes too long. And there was, you could basically feel flop sweat as they tried desperately to rescue the situation.
Oh, no.
And by the end of it, pretty much my friends certainly, but everybody in the audience, because does everybody know what Cinemacon is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically all this cinema owners come and see the upcoming stuff, and they're all being promoted. They're all trying. The studios are trying to excite them about the stuff, and everybody left that and said, Superman is going to be in trouble.
Man,
and if you saw the new trailer, again with Superman screaming in pain when the sun hits him, it's like.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share my sadness and hoping.
I hope it's good, but if it's bad, you will hear it from us. But I'm
hoping for the best.
Yeah,
I'm planning for the rest.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But I wanted to share it with all of you and keep looking that. Now that I've told you that, look at his eyes. Look to see if there's anything behind them.
Well, I get a better. You didn't really see the suit this clear in the teaser. I did a reaction for a long time ago. But now when you see it here, it's like, oof.
It's dumpy.
Hopefully it's better. Yeah.
And
so hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. So.
We'll see. So now
we shall see.
Speaking of good, let us go from Superman, who's going to be in the theaters, and let us go to the cinemas.
Yes.
April cinemas.
Yes.
And I didn't see this one. Did you see this one?
No, I did not. Well, I was going to get to Gunslingers in a second, but Anubis, have you seen Freaky Tales?
Have not.
Okay. So I sent Rick the trailer for this, and it looked bonkers. It
is
looked
bonkers.
So much. It looks like a blast. I'm actually going to watch this Sunday, so we'll talk about this on the next.
Oh, look, it's Pedro Pascal. He's never been in anything.
I know.
No. And I've heard good things about Freaky Tales, but I haven't been able to see it.
We'll do a little bonus catch up. We'll talk about it next AFA.
Yeah.
All right. But I got the chance to interview the director, Brian Skiba, indie film director, who did Gunslingers with Nicolas Cage. And it was a blast talking to him. And, it's interviewing so many filmmakers and actors, and indie filmmakers as well on the podcast. It's so interesting and fascinating to hear the struggle. It's like, God damn, it's hard to make a movie. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And this movie right here, if you guys are into indie westerns and all you want is action, big, huge body count, whisper thin plot, this is the good guys, this is the bad guys, let's go. And you got a Nicolas Cage bonus stealing all of the scenes, being over the top, being Nicolas Cage, then you are in good hands with Gunslingers. I recommend it if that's what you're looking for in a western. But it's sad because I seen a lot of reviews and stuff, and guess what everyone is saying, Rick? People are saying they're saying, man, you didn't really get a chance to spend a lot of time with the characters and get to know them. So when they died, I didn't care. That seemed to be the same thing for like every review. And then when I interviewed Brian, guess what he said? He said 25 minutes of character development was cut by the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And is out of his hands.
Yep.
And there was nothing he can do about it. And he's not happy. And it's like, damn, it sucks. Hopefully maybe when it comes out on Blu-ray, there's an extended version, or at least you could deleted scenes, you could see more. But Nicolas Cage's character, he talks like this in the movie.
Of course he does.
He's over the top, baby. This is how he sounds. Yep. Well, guess what? The story behind that was he was an outlaw. He got hung. He prayed to the Lord to save his life and he'll stop killing. And it was like divine intervention. The branch broke after that. And, that's why his throat's all screwed up. That's why he talks away. But he became like a religious guy, never picked up a gun anymore until, the finale when the bad guy showed up. Then he picks up the pistols. But all of that's taken out because the studio was like, we need more action. Stop with the story. No, it's too much story, too much. So, it is what it is. I still recommend it, but the more people I interview, it's just like, it's fucking hard, Rick. It's tough.
Well, it's not, well, it is and it isn't. In other words, it is. I was talking, we're getting ready for something in the summer and we're talking to a lot of filmmakers. And basically I say to all the hopeful filmmakers, do what you want while you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the moment you get involved with anybody who wants to distribute it, they'll try to screw you.
Yeah.
That's just, 75% of the industry are venal backstabbers. Yeah. So when you're making that's why I'm always recommending to the people who are making the shorts, do the best job you can. Because this is the last time you'll be satisfied with your work.
Yeah.
That's why I left Hollywood.
Yeah,
I was working out in Hollywood in 1985, and I could have stayed there. But I decided to come back and continue with my novels and my nonfiction books because I had control over those.
Yeah. Yeah. But, congrats to him and his success. This will open the door for him to, definitely get more projects and stuff like that.
To be screwed by other people.
Probably. Hopefully not. But yeah, if that's what you're looking for in a Western, definitely check out Gunslingers. All right. Next up. Oh God. Now this movie's not for me. I understand that. I'm not a fan of the video game. I didn't play it, so I get it. It's for the younglings. But what I've seen online of them destroying the theater, after seeing Jack go, say chicken jockey, and then all of a sudden everybody goes insane and they beat up employees, they throw popcorn and soda, and the director's totally fine with that. Of course, he's not going to downplay it. He wants to make money. No. No?
You know who the director is?
Yeah.
Yeah, the director, he did Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
He's one of these guys, he's not doing it for the money.
He doesn't care.
He cares passionately.
Okay.
That's why he's happy when they go, because that's a reaction.
Right. Well, yeah.
If you watch the movie with a sense of artistry and joie de vivre, it's a very entertaining movie, but it's called the Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
And so he made a Minecraft movie, and Momoa produces it, and Jack Black chews up the joint. I don't know if you're going to a Minecraft movie. I don't see why anybody should be surprised or disappointed when it's a Minecraft movie. And also when the audience, I remember when I reacted that way at Endgame. I laughed, I cried, I cheered.
Yeah.
Minecraft, but made for Minecraft people.
Seats?
Yeah, but did the person next to you get up and throw their soda bottle in your face?
Well,
yeah.
Well, not in my face, but then again,
that's what I'm wondering is you think about stuff like that for like Rocky Horror Picture Show, but even then, it's not as crazy as what I was seeing in videos. They were going nuts.
Yeah, but they were loving it. And the people who had
but you're kind of ruining the experience for your other audience. That's what I'm wondering.
I don't think so. They're all Minecraft people.
Right.
I don't know.
No, I think everybody's having. Yeah, well, it made the amount of money it made because they loved going to the cinema to see.
Well, the director's rich now.
Well, again, I don't know what kind of deal he had, but again, to denigrate his work to say it was just for the money is not fair at all. Because if you look at what he's done in the past, he's invested in all his work.
Gotcha.
And he ultimately doesn't care whether you like it or not.
Right.
He made what he wanted to make, and his stuff has reached his audience. Napoleon Dynamite. It's not an accident.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what did you think of digital Jumanji?
Again, you're just trying so hard to denigrate this, and I don't
know
I'm not. Why.
That's what it is. That's what I heard it is. It's digital Jumanji. Jumanji, what's wrong with that?
Jumanji's digital too. That's all done.
It's Jumanji in a digital world, Rick. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Jumanji was also, when they went into the game, they were also in a digital world.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, did you? You're defending this movie, Rick. Are we actually getting heated back and forth for Minecraft? What did you honestly think of the movie, Rick?
You're not going to start throwing things, Rick, are you? Come on now.
I said what I thought of it. I enjoyed it. Because I wasn't looking for anything other than Minecraft. And I wasn't looking to denigrate it because you saw a video online that made you upset for some reason.
No, I'm not upset at all.
So you can start insulting the movie and the director and look, and saying that he only did it. You said twice that he only did it for the money. He's happy because he's made the money. No, he's happy because he made the movie he wanted to make. And he's happy that it was successful, as he was happy that Napoleon, but nobody expected this or Napoleon Dynamite to be successful.
Right. Really? Because this is like the biggest, highest
Rick, that's
video
a
games
very
ever.
Big game, Rick. That's a really big game.
Yeah.
It would have done well.
It probably would have did well.
Rick
liked it.
The studio didn't think so.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean,
the studio didn't think so.
Yeah.
The studio had no faith in it at all. They wanted to slide it in. But of course, us now in secondary, when you saw how much money it made and it had an audience, finally, filmmakers are forcing studios, because back in my day, they would not, the studios didn't care about the fans. Oh, screw the fans. We'll make the worst piece of shit we could because we don't care about these guys. But finally, they're learning, as they're struggling to survive, that they have to start serving their audience.
Right.
And this served its audience beautifully. But of course, the media has to denigrate in some way. So let's find the most upsetting video and say that this happens in every theater.
Copy that. There you go. Rick loved it. It's not for me.
I didn't love it. I liked it.
He enjoyed it. It's not for me. I would have went to jail that day.
But wait a minute.
If I was in the theater, I would have went to jail for beating somebody's ass. All right, next up, we got...
No. Did you see it?
No. I'm saying if I was there, and if that happened, I probably went to prison for punching somebody.
That's the point. Like, if somebody dumping drinks on me at a show, I'm going to go...
All right, next up, we're moving on from Minecraft. We spent too much time on it. Next up, Drop.
No, I want to go back. I want to go back to Minecraft.
No, we're good. We're moving on.
Figure out why you guys are trying so hard to denigrate it.
Rick, okay.
Rick, it's not the movie itself. It's the people that go there.
But you didn't even see it. And
I'm talking about the audience.
You're talking about the one video you saw. The one video.
No, Rick, there's multiple videos.
Yeah, it's been going on across
crazy. And do you see anybody in that audience upset by it?
Yes. There's videos of the people on speakers. No, I'm not going to bring it up. There's videos of people.
That's why the
manager from the theater, Rick.
Oh, the manager. Nobody in the audience.
The audience did too. There were people in the audience.
There were employees that got beat up.
The employees and the managers. But the audience loved it.
I'm just talking about the bad part of it. The people celebrating and have a good time. That's great. But no one needs to get assaulted at a Minecraft movie viewing, Rick. Well, that's all I'm saying. We're moving on. All right. Drop.
Yeah. This is done by Christopher Landon, who's one of my favorite thriller filmmakers. He made Freaky, Happy Death Day, and Happy Death Day 2, and other ones. And Drop is another. There's a reason they have all those reviews there, because everybody underestimates him, but he brings smarts and cleverness to all his movies, and Drop is not an exception. And here he's taking on the world of living in the screen. that everybody lives vicariously through their phone or their iPad or whatever. So here he's creating a thriller in that world with a wonderful, strong, smart female character.
Nice.
And every single thing in the movie, none of it falls apart. It's all worthwhile. And if you haven't seen his work, I can highly recommend Freaky and the 2 Happy Death Day movies. So Drop is as such.
Yeah, I saw the plot synopsis.
Who's the lead actress in it?
Yeah. Go ahead. What was that, Anubis?
Who's the lead actress?
Well, I've forgotten.
Oh, okay.
But she's an up and coming. We can look it up. You can do what I do. Just go onto IMDb.
This I saw the plot synopsis for this. I was like, wow, this looks to be pretty cool thriller.
It is cool. Christopher makes cool thrillers.
Copy that. Next up, we have The Amateur.
These next 2 movies are in the same category. Basically, they're good. Well, this one is a good spy drama / thriller, and it didn't have a cumulative effect.
Okay.
Although I did enjoy the fact that our leading character is a CIA analyst, so he has to take revenge for the death of his wife by being smart rather than by being violent. And so again, fast forward to those scenes. They even showed one of the sequences in the trailer to make sure you knew that he was smart, and he is smart. So it's okay. It's a B movie. Yeah.
Okay.
But this next one is another. They're both A films. Amateur. A is for Amateur, and A is for Accountant 2. And this is the sequel to the original, The Accountant, where Ben Affleck is playing an autistic enforcer for the mob.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah. Well, this one's better.
Oh, what? Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's better. This is one of the rare sequels that is better than the original. The original's still good. This is better because it's, again, smart.
Yeah.
And it's hard to decide what to like more. The scenes with Bernthal, it's basically the Accountant and the Punisher together again.
Nice, right.
There's no question that he's playing the Punisher.
Oh, it's awesome.
And the scenes where they're playing brothers in the movie, and the scenes where they're, bantering with each other are as good as the action scenes.
Nice.
But what I really love is they have, and there's no K on Rick. There's and also the other thing too. Yeah, that's right. There's the other thing to look for. One of the other things that I really like is they very subtly, most of these movies I see nowadays, the dialogue is done by Chat GPT.
Uh-huh.
And here it's clear that somebody's writing it, because things that seem to be throwaway, that don't seem to be important, and they're just sort of like filling time with the dialogue, are not. Every single thing, again, not only do they nail the landing, they nail all the landings. They nail the emotional landing. They nail the character landing. They nail the plot landing. There's only one thing missing, but I've already heard, and I was wondering why that one thing was missing. And then I heard they're already planning an Accountant 3.
Oh, okay.
And I said, all right, okay,
sure.
I'll see it. But yeah, I recommend that. Let me see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because the first one was mostly serious, but then at the end, there was a back and forth with his brother where it was comedic.
Yeah.
So them going mostly more comedy and this lighthearted.
They improve on everything in the second.
Nice. All right.
But not so much that it ruins the first one. First one's still good. This one's better. It's not. I don't know if it's great. You guys can decide whether it's great. Okay. But it's first one's good. Second one's very good.
That's high praise. I can't wait to see it.
And then hopefully the third one will be great.
Yeah, for sure. Well, speaking of great, I've heard nothing but great things about this. Frank Jang messaged us. He was like, "Man, that was intense." I really want to see this in the theater. The next two movies I really want to see. Maybe next Monday I'll go see. I'll do a double feature. But Warfare.
That'll be a hell of a double feature because both of these movies are similar in that they're two movies in one. The first hour is one movie. The second hour is another movie. The first hour of Warfare, which is based on a true story from the Iraq War by an Iraq War veteran, along with the eclectic, unusual Alex Garland. It's two directors that you can see there, Ray Mendoza and Alex Garland. Alex Garland is the professional filmmaker, and Ray Mendoza is mostly a producer, but also an ex-military man who was in the Iraqi War. Yeah. And so there you go. His favorite war movie of all time: accuracy, intensity, and reality. That's right. There we go. It did give me chills because I have friends in the military. I worked with one of the highest decorated Green Beret of all time. So and also my best friend worked in the Israeli war many years ago. So I'm aware of it. So but yeah, but that's the thing, Nigel and OGP. What you've said makes something. They accomplish something with Warfare, which many other people. If you're going to do an accurate, because the first hour is suspense, the last hour is warfare, or the first half is suspense, second half is warfare. But the thing is, for you to enjoy the movie meant that there was a lot of artistry brought to it, because if you actually experienced warfare, you would not enjoy it. Mm-hmm. But they were able to make a movie where they could show you all those things that you said the movie had, the accuracy and the intensity and all the rest of it, but not in such a way that it exhausted you. There you go, OGP. Exactly. It hit. Yeah, but you still thought it was great, because I can't say that because I'm an old man who likes this. I mean, my speed is where eagles dare, and the longest day.
Ooh, Clint Eastwood. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, the whole idea for me is I have to feel some hope at the end, that warfare is not for naught.
Yeah.
And, nowadays it's becoming more and more predominant that, it's just the only thing you can do is survive. You can't, it's hard to make the world better with war now. World War II was a very clear moment where we made the world better. We saved the world. So here, this one, I, again, admired it enormously, respected it enormously, was not fun for me.
Yeah.
Appreciated it, but not fun.
Right.
Unlike this next one.
Everyone's saying it's their favorite movie of 2025 so far. I'm hearing a lot of positive things.
Yeah.
A lot of positive things.
Says they like it.
Come on. Our favorite.
Has anybody seen it? Has anybody seen it?
I'm going to go see it on Thursday.
Next Monday, I'm going to go check it out. Yeah.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
Remember when I first saw it off of this, I was of two minds. And now I told you already that the first week's returns are not important. The second week's returns were important. And sure enough, it paid off.
Sinners.
Two movies. First movie is a drama and a setup and a family tale and a musical. This reminded me, as I watched it, of Megalopolis, the Francis Ford Coppola, and Joker 2. Because all of those movies do what Sinners does, except Sinners does it really well.
Okay, I was getting scared there.
Yeah. Well, so was I.
Okay.
Because it was kind of like, and when I finished it, I went, all right, this is a condemnation of the entire white population of America. Well, there you go, Geeky Andre. You see, that's a good sign, because all the reviewers who said that was, the music, it's a musical, it's a drama, it's a horror film. The first half is a musical drama. The second half is a horror film, a vampire film, the vampire film. And it is it is just like Megalopolis and Joker. It is pretentious, it is indulgent, but it is also ambitious and artistic.
Nice.
And the artistic ambition of it, and the more you think about it, the better it gets, the smarter it gets. Nothing is wasted. Even the first time when I saw it, it was kind of like, Michael B. Jordan is playing two parts. Why did they do that? I mean, that wasn't necessary. But then again, by the end of the second time, I'm going, yeah, he's going to lose the Oscar because he's going to be competing against himself. I mean, it is an literal and figurative extraordinary movie. It is a movie. That's why it's so important that you go see it. You could see how this studio, again, was trying to sabotage it in its first week, putting out the negative stuff, a lot like saying that there were fights and beating up of people in the theater. The same sort of thing. Let's put it down because we were caught by surprise by Minecraft's success. So let's find some way to put it down. They did the same thing to Sinners.
Rick's not going to let it go.
No, of course I'm not going to let it go. Two people who didn't see the movie are condemning it on the basis of what the media did.
No.
Rick.
Misunderstand everything.
You weren't in the theaters. You weren't in the theaters.
Rick, it's everywhere of people going there.
You don't know that.
Rick,
we see it in video.
Hundreds of thousands of millions of videos
from where?
On TikTok.
From the internet.
On TikTok, Rick.
On TikTok.
Of theater footage.
It's footage from inside the theater when it's happening.
How many of those did you see?
A lot.
There's quite a few out there.
What do you consider a lot?
What's
Rick,
that?
it's on TikTok. That means there are millions. There are millions of views. People were to get TikTok views, Rick. People were going to the theater to cause ruckus.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. That's what it is. We're not talking about the movie.
You are clearly assuming.
No, even Severio saying there's at least like 50 videos out there. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's enough.
Severio.
Yeah. Anyway.
Look, I get what you're saying. The movie is good. I'm not even saying it's not good. I'm just saying that if I go to watch this film, and I go in there, like, I don't know anything about Minecraft, but if I hear it's good, I want to go see it. I don't want some dope who loves the shit out of it throwing soda on me. Like, that's going to be fighting.
And
that's the only reason that's the only thing we were talking about, Rick.
There were violence in the movie theaters. All I can tell you is, unlike some people I could name, I saw the movie, and I love the fact that everybody was totally into it, and everybody went crazy at certain points, but nobody did violence.
So you got lucky.
That's great. That's great.
So you got lucky, Rick.
Yeah.
And again, look at the first week's returns and look at the second week's return. I'm not the only one who got lucky. I got news for you. Huge majority got lucky.
No, I'm not even saying that either.
We're not talking about financial, Rick. We're just talking about the unfortunate people that got beat up. And got a
few that you know of. There may be 50 videos, but there weren't people being beat up,
and that's the only reason why the director took any heat, because after some of these videos came out, he's like, "Well, I'm glad that everyone's enjoying." He didn't really denounce it, like the stuff that was gone. That's why he took some heat.
He's not going to. It's only people not like you, but only you two and people like you two who jump to a conclusion on the basis of what the social media wants them to do to denigrate the thing.
All right, we're going to move on here.
When you look at
this Minecraft is not the movie to have a heated debate over.
One person knows what he's talking about. Two people are making assumptions based on
Rick. Anubis, when we're done here, we're going to send Rick tons of videos, and you'll see.
I'm going to look at the tons of videos, and I'm not going to believe them. That's just like I don't believe all the other bullshit on the social media.
Back the miss. Well, that's
what do you think?
That's actually good. That's a good thing, actually. You don't believe everything you see out there. That's good. Do your own research.
You can't, because I know what the media does now. The news media does specifically.
But going back to what you're saying about Sinners being mismarketed, I think it was also mismarketed, Rick, in terms of they were trying to advertise it as a horror movie.
Well, they were trying to do
like those early trailers.
Well, that was understandable because, again, they knew that if they promoted it the way it, And it is a horror movie. There's no question it's a horror movie. So they can promote it as a horror movie. But they didn't, and understandably so. If I was faced with this movie, with the promotion of this movie, I would have to think seriously about not doing it, because if I told them that it's a condemnation of all white people, that's not a really good way to get white people into the theater. But thankfully, a bunch of white reviewers went and saw it and recognized how exceptional it was.
Brilliant, yeah.
And just said, people, you got to see it. And that's why it only dropped off 6% between the first week and the second week in terms of the returns. And it's going to make a profit. I don't know if it's going to make a huge profit because, again, it has a problematic moral for white people. But hopefully the rest of the world will get on. But again, at this point, we have to see what Ryan Coogler does next, because again, the news media is totally corrupt at this point, so we can't trust it for any stuff.
Right, copy that.
And also, what's great about this one for Ryan, because Ryan has done, most of his other movies have been branded. You know, they're not his. This is his movie.
That's good.
This is the one he made. So hopefully this will allow him to go and do more of his own work.
Copy that.
As well as more Black Panther.
So is it not a horror film?
Of course it's a horror film.
The third act, I heard.
Okay. Well, it's the last half.
It's set up kind of like From Dusk Till Dawn, where it kind
once
of
once the white people show up, the white people are vampires.
Oh, okay.
And they're sucking the blood out of the black.
Well, there's it's funny you mentioned that, Anubis, because I came across an interview with the director, and he said that there's many things that influenced them for Sinners, but Dusk Till Dawn was one of them.
Okay, yeah. So like the first half's like that thriller crime stuff, and then it goes into the horror.
Yeah, and in the words of Pedro Pascal, shut the fuck up and go see this movie. Right. So there you go. That was from his Instagram.
It gets better and better.
Copy that. All right. Next up, hold on a second. We got a brand new channel member, Lester San Jose, this Skeptic Tank. Thanks again for being a YouTube channel member, man. You rock. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. All right, now it's time for Ric's recap. For those of you who have just arrived, right now we're getting ready to wrap it up here. It was a blast talking today. All these movies, having the fun.
Nate, quit starting the pot, Nate.
What happened?
Nate.
Back to Minecraft. The most epic Minecraft video ever on YouTube, right here. Watch it. Go back.
I never thought there'd be a day when I get into it. The assistant grant was Ric Meyers.
All right, Ric's recap. Here we go.
I was upset.
Up first, Revolver. All right, thumbs up, thumbs up. There we go. Next up, Sword of Destiny. Thumbs up.
First, by the way, the first thumbs up was a serious thumbs up.
Okay.
The second thumbs up is a silly thumbs up.
Okay, nice. Oh, it's Pazuzu. Good to see you too, man. All right, next up, Snowstorm.
An angry thumbs up.
An angry, badass thumbs up.
Angry, punchy thumbs up.
Next up, Striking Rescue. The Joster's back, throwing these. And G20. Even for an action comedy. Here we go. The Bondsman.
You have to review that. I didn't see it.
I'm trying to be nice, but fuck it.
Oh
yeah, fuck it.
Damn.
All right,
and that's just because of the music.
At least in Sinners, I knew there was singing going to be in it.
Try to eliminate the music from it. Would you give it a thumb like this?
I'll give it a thumb up.
Except for the music.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Last of Us season 2 so far.
No question.
All right. And the Bullet Train Explosion. And
thumbs up.
Halloween Havoc. Dig it. There we go. All right. And Dr. Boo. Dr. Boo who?
There's a chance. I'm giving it the rest of the season. We'll find out next month. This last episode is May 25th.
Okay. And Andor season 2. All right. Thumb up so far. Yes. Daredevil Born Again. Oh, yeah. Double of thumbs. And hopefully Fingers crossed for Superman. There you go. There you go. Double fingers crossed. And Gunslingers, I'm the only one that's seen it. Definitely giving that the thumbs up. And Chicken Jockey. Throw some shit, Anubis. Knock all your shit down in the back.
It is literally and figuratively remarkable. There we go. Remarkable.
There you go, guys. Remarkable from Rick.
We all remarked on
it. Drop. Hey, thumbs up. The Amateur. All right. Side thumb a little bit. The Accountant 2 Electric Boogaloo. Nice. Thumbs up. Warfare. Thumb up for Warfare. And Sinners. There we go. Double thumbs up. So don't forget, shut the fuck up and go see this movie.
As of right now, Rick, would Sinners make your best of list of this year?
Pretty much, but then again, some of these, I mean, do you see all my thumbs up? I mean, basically, it all depends on the rest of the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Copy that. Well, thanks again, everybody, for watching. You guys know what you need to do. Click on the links below to follow Anubis on his channel. He's kicking ass, taking names, doing a lot of movie reviews over there. Follow Rick on the socials. Click on the links, and don't forget to get a piece of.
You want a piece of me?
You want a piece of me?
You want a piece of me?
Oh, you want a piece of me?
You want a piece of me?
You want a piece of me?
You got it!
Get a piece of Rick.
Link below. If you guys want some autograph merch from, like, I saw some Jet Li stuff, autographs, Jackie Chan, all kinds of cool stuff. You want to go to the store, click on the link below so you can get a piece of Rick. And hey, enjoyed yourself.
And remember, always better to get a piece of Rick than a piece of Rick's mind.
Craft. All right. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. Hey, if you enjoyed yourself, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Old Samurai Guy. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Keep watching movies. Take care, guys.